Ever wondered what would happen if we started digging straight down into the earth? Where would we actually end up? Would we just find layers of dirt, or something far beyond what human imagination can grasp? Are roots, tunnels, mines, and magma all there is? Or could there be an entire hidden world beneath our feet, one that's remained invisible to us all this time? Today we're diving headfirst into a journey filled with danger and mystery, a descent into the deepest secrets of the earth. So, are you ready? Because this journey is about to take you into a realm unknown, a place of darkness, secrets, and maybe even something that was never meant to be brought into the light. Our journey begins right where we stand, the surface of the earth, the world as we know it. This is where we live, and not just us. Nearly 80% of all life on Earth exists right here, on this thin outer layer. But dig just a foot or two below, and you'll start to see a whole new kind of life emerge. You'll find household mice, worms, insects, and creepy crawlies. And right here, underground, lie the complex colonies of ants, Carter's vast underground cities that stretch far deeper than you might imagine. Now let's dig a little further. At about 10 feet down, we enter the domain of the Norwegian rat, wild rodents that thrive in pitch darkness. This is also where the roots of ordinary trees stretch out, and in urban areas you'll hit the foundations of buildings and the secret maze of underground water pipelines. But that is just the beginning. Go 15 feet deeper and you might encounter something unexpected: the Nile crocodile. Yes, crocodiles that don't just survive in water, but have also been known to live hidden beneath the ground. Now we're 32 feet below the surface, and here lies the Cu Chi tunnels, an entire underground world built during the Vietnam War. These tunnels still exist today. Peering into them feels like stepping into the shadows of history itself. And then, 65 feet below ground, you'll find the Catacombs of Paris, a haunting underground graveyard that stretches for miles beneath the city. More than 6 million human remains lie buried here, trapped in a silence that's lasted for centuries. These tunnels date back to the 18th century, and some say the souls buried here, they still wander these dark passageways, never at peace. 80 feet down, you arrive at the London Underground, a vast web of tunnels carved out beneath one of the world's busiest cities. Millions of people ride these trains every day, most of them never even realizing just how deep beneath the earth they really are. Drop down to 164 feet, and you'll find a hidden tunnel, the Melbourne sewer system. It's massive, so wide a full-sized car could drive through it with ease. Just think about it. While people sleep soundly in their homes above, this dark, damp-breathing tunnel lives beneath their feet, silent, waiting. And then, 197 feet below the surface, you reach the very bottom of Dubai's deep dive pool, the deepest swimming pool on Earth. But this isn't just water. Beneath the calm surface lies an eerie, submerged world, a sunken city frozen in silence, like something out of a dream or a nightmare. Now imagine going 217 feet deep, where the roots of a mesquite tree once reached in search of water. Driven by thirst, it dug into the earth's heart. But that's not the deepest. Even lower than that lives the wild fig tree, its roots recorded as the deepest in Earth's history, as if the tree is trying to whisper something, carving through the Earth's chest, begging to be heard. Let's go deeper 500 feet down. Here lies something truly bizarre, the Sala Silver Mine Underground Hotel in Sweden. Yes, it's a real hotel, but it's no ordinary stay. No sunlight, no phone signal, no Wi-Fi, just flickering candlelight, endless, freezing air barely 2 or 3 degrees Celsius, and a cold, eerie silence, so intense it crawls over your skin. And when you descend to 950 feet, you arrive at Norway's Ryfast Tunnel, one of the longest and deepest undersea tunnels in the world. Every single day, over 10,000 cars pass through it. But have you ever stopped to wonder, is this tunnel really just for traffic? Or could there be other hidden purposes buried deep in the dark? If you've enjoyed this video so far, don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel. It really helps us keep digging deeper, literally. And now, fear takes its true form. 2,150 feet underground, lies one of America's most heavily guarded secrets, nuclear waste storage facility hidden from the world. Every wall, every tunnel feels scorched by radiation, burned with a silence that hums in your bones. This place was built by humans to protect future generations from this toxic legacy. But the real question is, will they actually survive it? Now go down 3 times deeper, 7,257 feet. Here lies the deepest cave on Earth, the Veryovkina Cave, hidden in Georgia. Those brave enough to descend into it say the silence there isn't just around you. It enters your body and echoes deep inside your soul. Keep going 8,038 feet below, and you'll find an engineering marvel, the Gotthard Base Tunnel in Switzerland, the deepest railway tunnel on Earth, carved right beneath the mighty Alps. Some engineers said this project was impossible, but humanity made it happen anyway. 10,500 feet deep, you reach KGF, the Kola goldfields of Karnataka, India, once the land of golden dreams. Now, only the silence of abandoned shafts remains. From this soil came gold, and with it stories of greed, struggle, and death. Today the mine is closed, but the echoes of what happened there still linger. Now go even deeper, 12,000 feet down, where breathing is nearly impossible, lives a creature from hell itself, the devil worm, a microscopic being that thrives in 220 degrees Fahrenheit heat, under toxic pressure with no oxygen, no light. Yet it lives, not just a marvel of biology, but a warning. 13,123 feet, below nearly 4 kilometers deep, lies the Mapunang gold mine in South Africa, the deepest gold mine in the world. It gives us some of the purest gold ever discovered. But at what cost? Down here, the temperature exceeds 60 degrees Celsius, 140 degrees Fahrenheit. Every breath burns, and every step risks death. But hunger doesn't care. So humans endure the pain, they push through. Because this is the deepest point we've ever reached, physically. But machines, they've gone even deeper than any human ever has. We now descend to a staggering 9,000 meters, 9 kilometers underground. Welcome to the German KTB borehole, a scientific project built to explore the layers of the Earth itself. But the deeper the drill went, the hotter things got. Temperatures soared to 220 degrees Celsius. Machines started to melt. Science began to panic. But the real mystery still waits below. 12,262 meters, nearly 12 kilometers deep. This is the Kola Super Deep borehole in Russia, the deepest hole ever drilled by humankind. A man-made pit, beyond which no one has ever gone. But why? Because the deeper they drilled, the heat and pressure of the Earth began to melt even the strongest machines. And then something even stranger happened. It's said that bizarre sounds were heard from the depths. Some scientists claimed it was like the Earth itself was screaming. But wait, everything we've explored so far has only been inside the Earth's outermost layer, the crust. Take a look at the screen. The Earth is made up of 4 major layers. 1. The crust. 2. The mantle. 3. The outer core. 4. The inner core. And so far, we've only scratched the crust, which is just 30 to 70 kilometers thick. Go any deeper, and you enter the mantle, the second layer of Earth. The mantle alone is a staggering 2,900 kilometers thick. That's almost as deep as the entire moon is wide. But this isn't just a layer. The mantle is divided into 2 parts. 1. Upper mantle. It stretches from the crust to 660 kilometers down. It's partially molten and extremely active. Volcanoes? The heat behind every eruption comes from right here. Every time the Earth shakes, every time mountains crack open, this is the source of that power. 2. Lower mantle. From 660 kilometers to 2,900 kilometers deep. It's solid, but the pressure is so intense. It flows. Yes, you heard that right. A solid layer that moves, like liquid. Temperatures here range from 1,000 degrees Celsius to 3,700 degrees Celsius. That's thousands of times hotter than anything we experience on the surface. Now, we enter a place from which no one has ever returned. 2,900 kilometers down begins the outer core, a layer 2,200 kilometers thick, made of molten iron and nickel. So hot, everything melts here. Temperatures range from 4,000 degrees Celsius to 5,500 degrees Celsius. And this is the place where Earth's magnetic field is born. This invisible force protects us from deadly solar radiation. It's the Earth's shield, keeping life alive. And it all comes from this boiling sea of metal. But now we're about to reach the deepest, most mysterious part of our planet. Over 5,000 kilometers deep lies the inner core, a solid sphere of iron and nickel, with temperatures between 5,200 degrees Celsius and 6,000 degrees Celsius. That's as hot as the surface of the sun. And to imagine that, at the center of the Earth, a burning star is pulsing silently. And yet it's solid, because the pressure here is so intense, and even molten metal freezes. Scientists believe the inner core slowly spins, and its motion is what powers the magnetic field, a force we can't see, but one that protects every single moment of life on Earth. And it's from this fiery heart that metals like iron, copper, nickel, gold, silver, and aluminum make their way up through volcanic eruptions and shifting tectonic plates to the surface. We mine them, we shape them, we build our world with them, but their true origin, it begins in the fire beneath our feet. So now we've traveled through all 4 layers of the Earth: crust, mantle, outer core, and inner core. And if you add up the depth of all these layers, Earth's total depth is over 6,300 kilometers. Now imagine this: if we could drill a straight tunnel from one side of the Earth to the other, could you jump into it and come out on the other side? Let's run a little thought experiment. Imagine this: you build a tunnel that goes straight through the planet from one end to the exact opposite side. Now ask yourself, if you jumped into that tunnel, what would actually happen? At first, you'd just start falling faster and faster and even faster. Why? Because Earth's gravity is pulling you down, and as you reach the other side of the planet, your speed would suddenly drop to 0, and then you'd start falling back right through the tunnel again. This would keep happening over and over again, like a pendulum swinging back and forth. Each time you'd slow down just a little more, until finally you'd come to rest, suspended in the dead center of the Earth. That's the point where gravity cancels itself out. No pull to the left, no pull to the right. Just you floating in stillness in the most silent, most surreal place on Earth. Fascinating, isn't it? The center of the Earth, where there's no day, no night, no up, no down, just nothingness. Pure zero. And that was our journey today. A journey that started in the soil beneath our feet and ended in the very heart of the planet. And to be honest with you, this video absolutely melted our brains while making it. But if you learned something new, if you found it fascinating, then go ahead, smash that like button. And if you're ready to dive into more mind-bending facts and mysterious worlds every week, don't forget to subscribe. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.